Good evening, everybody. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Thank you for coming. Tonight's going to be exciting because we're going to be looking through a debate recently on the Tim Pool show between, I think it's Misfit and Robani, whatever his name is. But anyway, one is for Hamas and one is for Israel. But what I'm happy about is they made circlips cuts for it. So we'll go through the one cut tonight. And if there's still time, we'll go through another cut because it was a long debate. And if we had to go through the whole debate, we'll probably sit here for 4 days. But anyway, we are joined by Roger Ledball and Luca. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, sir?
Very, very good. It's good to see you guys. Glad you could make it. Everybody in the YouTube land, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you all. Glad you could make it. Please hit the likes, share the show. It really does help people to know we are live. We got 29 votes so far, but it is quite alarming with the votes, though, because it says Hamas are terrorists. Yes, 31%. Well done to you guys. You understand what terrorists are. No, 69%. Whoever voted no for Hamas being a terrorist group should get your head checked.
Like it or not, Hamas is officially listed as a terrorist organization by Australia, the US, UK, Canada, blah blah blah, EU.
Internationally, they are literally listed as a terrorist organization, especially after what they did in October 7.
The attacks on the attacks on civilians meet the legal definition of terrorism. Yes,
exactly. But did you guys watch this debate on the Tim Pool show?
No, I don't watch Tim Pool. I'm sorry. I really don't.
It was actually very good. Very good. This guy, he's the Misfit guy that I was talking about. He's for Israel, obviously. And the other guy with the crazy hair is like a new age hippie kind of guy. Is like thinks everything is a conspiracy, and he even calls America terrorists. So he's far left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So, but you're going to see in this part of the debate, he literally is defending Hamas and everything they did on October 7. So it's quite crazy. But yeah, let's watch this, and if we get through this quite quickly, we can go on to another circlip that they have for, from the debate.
Do you agree that Hamas is a terrorist organization?
No.
You are fucking retarded.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to hear why isn't Hamas? Because everybody does.
Because Hamas is an armed resistance group fighting against an occupying army.
Sorry, 14 seconds in, and I can't help but stop.
That's fine.
Where is Israel occupying? Can anybody tell me?
Are they? This is the Gaza Strip. Is that what they're talking about? That's what the point.
Israel doesn't own the Gaza, so they're not occupying, are they? They pulled out of Gaza in 2005.
Yeah. So
how the hell are they occupying?
The rest of Israel?
The rest of Israel is Israel's nation, the nation of Israel.
Yeah. That would be the occupation they're probably trying to. They want the whole Palestine country back.
They never had it in the first place. How can they have it back if it wasn't theirs?
They claim it's theirs.
Yeah, they claim it, but it was never. It doesn't make it theirs. But now my question again is based on the claim of occupancy. How can they claim Israel is occupying land when Israel is literally withdrawn from Gaza since 2005?
That would be a hard claim to do.
Yeah. Quite sad.
Can you occupy your own country?
If Israel wasn't occupying the land of Palestine, creating and fomenting and fermenting in the soil of repression a radical extremist group, like you want to call it, a radical extremist, when you sideline, fracture, marginalize every possible peaceful chance to reform and have ownership and control over your resources, your land and labor, which is your given right according to international law, then you are left with the only option, which is to violently resist.
You think that
we were talking about international law before we got started, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Everything
it.
he just said was total nonsense. Every single thing that just came out of his mouth was total nonsense. It shows you this guy doesn't actually know anything. He's just supporting
What
Hamas or
do
Palestine just for the sake of it.
what do
Sorry?
we know about
Yeah,
this
look
guy?
I don't know anything about the guy, but when I watched this debate, which when it was live, it's clear this guy is literally just a Nazi. He's literally just a Nazi that hates Jews and hates America. But he literally lives in America and comes from America.
that's really weird because there were a lot of Nazi organizations in America during World War II. Actually,
Hmm.
the National Socialist Party was relevant here in the States prior to World War II.
But I mean, what he just said though was saying they are occupying Palestine. No, Palestine has never been an established state, first of all. Israel has always, Israel's been an established state. Even before Israel was established in 1947, okay, they were Israel 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. You know what I mean? It was the land of Israel. It's always been the land of Israel. Before them, it was Canaan.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And they
That was
took
it.
over the Canaanites. Yeah.
Yeah, God gave them the land from the Canaanites. Palestine never existed. Palestine was literally a derogatory term given by the Romans in 132 AD to try and, how can I say, mock and get rid of the Jewish identity. Jews still lived in Israel even after the exiles. They still stayed there. Yes, there were many that left, obviously, but there were still Jews that stayed behind. So yeah, Israel has always been Israel. There's never been a Palestine. The Palestinian people are a mixture of cultures and groups from all around, everywhere. They are literally like you would call the bastard children. So they don't really have claim to any land. What's up, Jaden? Good to see you.
Hey, how's it going, Keith? First time I
Good.
came into my camera in like a month, so
That's
welcome.
good to
Hello,
see you, man.
everybody.
We
I
can
might
put a
not be
face
in
with
for
the
a little
voice.
while, but I was supposed to come in last night's stream and at least say hello, and I got distracted.
I'm just quickly putting this out. Okay, great to see you. Man.
Hello.
So,
How you doing?
have
Luca?
you heard? Did you hear this debate?
Is that Roger I'm looking at? No, that's not Roger.
No, that's
No.
Luca. Here, I'll show you me. Here I am.
Hello,
There you go.
I am watching.
That's Roger.
Oh, there's Roger. Hey, what's up, brother?
Not much.
What's up?
Chilling, man, chilling. But
Okay,
yeah,
this-
I didn't get a chance to look at this, Keith. No, I just I've been a little busy, but I figured I'd hop in and say what's up.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to go through some of the debate. This is a little circular part of that debate, which I'm happy they brought out because this is one of the parts I wanted to touch up on. They are bringing more out in other ones. We'll definitely, if we finish with this in time, which we probably will be, we can go through the whole debate. But I just thought let's start with this because this is where it was like a very necessary part to go through. Because this guy on screen literally is just a propagandist that is simping for a Hamas, a terrorist organization, and calling them the good guys. And I think that's sick. Really sick. Was Mandela a terrorist? Yes, Mandela was a terrorist, hence why he went to Robben Island. He bombed schools. He threw petrol bombs at schools and burned children. So yes, he was a terrorist.
No justification in that at all.
Who did that? Are you saying?
Nelson Mandela.
Oh, Nelson. Oh, okay. I thought that's who you were talking about. I just wanted to make sure.
Not
I
that
didn't know
Nelson
that.
Mandela didn't do good things after he came out of jail,
What? But
yes, he was a terrorist,
Wasn't
hence why he was locked up.
wasn't the Mandela effect named after him or something?
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
a lot of people say he didn't actually get out of jail, and he died in I want to say 1987, and they burnt like 60 candles, or it was a certain number of candles, and there was a lot of people
That's
that
where it
remember
comes
like
from.
celebrating his death. Well, not celebrating, but commemorating it and burning that number of candles. And then other people are like, no, he didn't die. It's what sparked the whole controversy.
I
Mhm.
see. That's
But
where it came
that's
from.
off topic. Obviously, that's what I
Yeah,
know
I
about
know,
him.
I
I didn't
know.
know he was firebombing schools. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the press made that whole thing debacle. That's where the Mandela effect came from. They made announcements that he did die in jail. The press released these things, and people bought into it without researching it.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
So the phenomenon of misremembering is just named after him. It's not something he did
No.
specifically.
I think
No.
it was
Okay.
coined with him because people remember his death and other people's don't. So I think
Yeah.
that's what started
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
Mandela
Yeah, because
That
there's
makes
a whole
because I
media
think
or
he's
something
dead.
going
No.
around in America claiming he's dead, and it was really news to me when I was like, "Oh, I don't remember that," but okay. So yeah,
Yep.
it shows you media can also change people's perception on things. But anyway, let's go back to
Yeah,
this debate.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
see this terrorist sympathizer.
Rape
And
is
let me
resistance?
ask you this. Let me ask you this. If you think that Hamas is a terrorist organization,
I know Hamas is a terrorist organization. I don't think
the
shit.
Jewish resistance in the Warsaw Ghetto, were they terrorists when they tried to
That is a good
uprise
point. That is a
against
good point.
their Nazi oppressors?
Okay, so
That's a total false equivalence. The Jewish, how can I say, resistance were literally being killed in where they were living. Okay? Nazi was invading where the Jews were living. They
Mostly
weren't going
Germans.
to the Nazis and invading. They were literally just defending themselves, okay, from being wiped out. Now, when you have to take, for instance, Hamas went to Israel with pretenses to kill them. Correct? They literally chant that Hitler was a moral man. Hitler was a great guy. They literally went there and did atrocious things on October 7. And they said they will do it again and again and again. So what is Israel doing now? Well, these guys are doing atrocious things to us. They want to carry on doing this. They literally are open about wanting to wipe us off the face of the earth. And they will do October 7 again and again. So what is the right response? Well, since they're threatening us, let's take that threat out before they do it again. Correct?
Yeah.
And do
that's what-
Hamas have Israeli hostages?
That's
Yes,
what I've
they
heard.
do. Yeah. Are they releasing the hostages? No. So no, it's a total false equivalence.
Well, they're at war with each other, right?
Yeah, it's at war. It's literally a war. Hamas declared war on Israel. So what is Israel doing? Because Hamas now is, how can I say, playing coward and they're losing the battle, they have to have people support for Hamas. And I think everybody that is literally supporting Hamas as saying they're not a terrorist organization is sick. Straight out. You guys are cowards and you're sick.
What kind of support do they want from everybody? Just moral support or financial support?
Everything. They want
All
your
of
life,
it.
man.
Okay.
They literally want you to end your life because you're a Christian.
Okay. So what have they done for me? Why would I support them?
Exactly. What have they done for us? Nothing. What have they done? Well, they have done many atrocious things to the Israeli people and to the Gazans themselves. When Israel, backed out of Gaza in 2005, they literally forced all the Israeli occupants there out of the land. They took them out by force and left everything there, all the infrastructure, everything for the Gazans. Then what happened is, in 2007, the Gazan people voted in Hamas
Okay.
into power. And there has never been a vote since then. They had another party that was against Hamas, also from the Muslim Brotherhood, Fatwa, and Hamas literally killed them. They went and threw them off buildings and so forth. So Hamas came into power illegally through voting, they claim, And since then, they've been literally starving their own people, using them as human shields, using them as propaganda, violently subjugating them, and just doing to them what they want. So, who are the terrorists here? Who are the bad people here? Hamas.
Yeah. That what I get on the other side of it is I get a lot of backlash for things that they claim Israel has done to the Palestinians too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got to weigh the evidence out. I haven't seen any like real solid evidence to make a case for any of it, to tell you the truth. But it seems like there's a lot of old bad blood between people who are in control, who are in power.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's
100%. Yeah, I agree
I
with
see
you
it.
there, Roger.
And Moses wasn't a terrorist. Debatable.
How can Moses be a terrorist?
I guess because he went to go invade Canaan. Yeah. Led his people down there, I guess.
God commanded Canaan a land to be given to the Israelites. Moses did.
That.
Yeah. Moses just what can I say? Moses just obeyed what God said to him. That's it.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Canaanites were not very good people, guys. That's the reason why God was able to take the land away from them, because those people did abominable things. So you wouldn't be very how can I say, supportive of the Canaanites if you knew what they literally did to their own children, to their own wives, to anybody there. So
yeah.
they're very sick very sick people. Okay, anyway, let's go on.
That's fine.
Because that's the same exact material power differential.
That is the biggest false equivalency that
I don't
I've
know.
ever
I mean,
really?
Tate, is that a bad false equivalency? I feel like he's unbiased because if you are in the Jewish ghetto and you're fighting against the Nazis, you would consider them a hero today.
To be fair, like they were targeting soldiers, where with Hamas, there's more deliberate attacks on civilians.
They did attack civilians. They did kill indiscriminately. They made rudimentary makeshift weapons, which were imprecise. They marshaled any capabilities that they could to violently resist their own annihilation, which they knew. And did they
resist their own annihilation? So not a terrorist organization, then you. Maybe this guy doesn't know what a terrorist organization is. Correct?
Yeah, well, terrorist organizations plan things out to cause terrorist events to make a political statement. That's what I gather what a terrorist is.
Yeah. I mean, like he's saying, explaining now the Jews in Auschwitz trying to defend themselves. Cheers, Luca. Thanks for coming, man. Much blessings.
Peace, Luca. Good seeing you.
Cheers. And by the way, guys, there is a link above. If anybody has
Bye.
anything to say on this, you guys can come in and give your thoughts. It's as simple as that. The link is there. And if you have anything, you can send a super chat. If you don't want to come in, you can send a super chat. I'll be more than happy to rebut what you say. Okay. So we're going to go through this quite quickly, it seems.
that was going to be successful for them? Of course not. They knew that they were going to die. They knew that the Nazis were going to. So what was the point of that violence? Why didn't they just lay down and die for the Nazis? If that's your argument,
okay,
why wouldn't they just do that?
In your
Iliad and Aloe works for.
Did you see how bad that false equivalence is?
He's equivocating the Nazis to what? Hamas? Is that what he was actually looking at?
I think that's
No,
what
he's saying the Jew. He's saying he's trying to place it on everybody that supports Israel is the same as saying, well, if you say Hamas is terrorist organization, then you can say the Jews are also terrorist organizations when the Holocaust is on.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
because they defended themselves. You see, he's trying to make Hamas look like the victims here.
So was Israel actually going out and slaughtering civilians in Gaza?
No.
Okay. That's what happened in Germany. They took the German Jews and put them in ghettos and started incarcerating them and put them in work camps, right?
They were literally, placing them in, herding them in places and putting them in gas chambers and killing them and literally doing all the disgusting things they could. I mean, they even made soap out of their skin. Come on. So they took all their jewelry that they killed them. They did the most disgusting things, and they were proud of it. They were, how can I put it? Hell bent to get rid of all the Jews that exist because they see them as a lesser species. That's exactly how Hamas sees them as well. So it's sad that he's trying to make Hamas seem like the victims, by going to a false equivalence of the Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust, which is totally different circumstances. Not even remotely the same.
Scenario here.
It's not my scenario.
The Nazis are Israel, and
Yes.
The Jews are Hamas.
Yes.
Okay.
In World War II.
Hold on. Now, did
What?
the Jews in Warsaw occupy Germany?
What?
Or
Was there one
I'm
of
so
them?
confused. How does that even work? Because
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying this guy is trying to victimize Hamas to make Hamas look like the good guys, and the Jews
if
are
Hamas
somehow the
was
bad
Jews,
guys.
they wouldn't be fighting back. They would just be fleeing and like begging not to die. They wouldn't
Exactly.
have a whole like. Did the Jews in World War II have their own military that they were fighting with?
No. The
What
Jews literally were defending their right to live because
This guy's nuts.
Hitler was going after them to eradicate them. No matter where they went, Hitler was going after them to eradicate them. It's quite insane.
This guy's nuts. I don't know how he made that equivalence. It's not even close.
Oh man.
march into Germany and murder and rape a bunch of people. Did they set people on fire?
No,
Did
and
they
neither
kill
did
civilians?
Hamas.
No. Yes, they
What? Neither did Hamas. Did he ever watch the October 7 footage?
Well,
He probably
I
thinks it's
think
fake.
so.
And what I've seen of it, I can't draw a conclusion out of what exactly happened or who's responsible. But yeah, I know who claimed responsibility for it.
I can
Did
play
Hamas
at least
actually-
one video that I shared today that's at least not too gruesome to be able to show on here. But I think we'll show it.
Okay.
Is it showing, guys? This is from
Okay.
October 7, okay? This is just one family. Quite crazy. No, remember, they're still in their... They're literally in their underwear. They were in their house. There's a
Yeah.
young boy. There's another young boy with his father.
Uh-huh.
See, they're going in there to try and get away from Hamas. Look what happens. Throws a grenade in there. The dad jumps on the grenade to save his boys. There it is. They're dead.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. No, this is peaceful, guys. This is Hamas peaceful, not terrorists. Going there, getting the boys out there. Getting the boys inside.
Yeah.
Telling them to go in. Now remember, they were just exploded.
There's blood on his leg there.
Yeah, his brother can't even see. He can't hear from his left ear. In pain. Comes in. Yeah, this is still loving, guys. Does that look like the fence from Hamas to you? It's an ask
No.
question. Does that look like the fence from Hamas?
No, they were chasing the guy down. The
These
question
guys,
is,
these children are literally in their own home.
Yeah. So
Okay.
why did they go after this guy? Is my question. What was the purpose?
Yeah, no, for defending themselves. Hamas is defending themselves
Against the guy.
Crazy. Comes in. No sympathy whatsoever. He's asking for the wine.
I want my mom.
I mean, he just killed his dad. No remorse, nothing. Anyway, I think that's enough. We don't need to watch any more of that. I think I've made my point. So can anybody tell me how any of that is Hamas is not a terrorist organization? Hamas didn't do anything wrong. Let's just go back to listen to what he said.
By Germany, or sorry, march into Germany and murder and rape a bunch of people. Did they set people on fire?
No,
Did
and
they
neither
kill
did
civilians?
Hamas.
No. Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. You're
Did you
repeating.
watch-
Neither did Hamas. I can show more of these. I can show where they burnt babies alive in ovens and in cribs. How they tied women to trees and shot their insides from underneath.
Nice. Yeah.
After they raped them.
I don't think they
None of this
released
has
that.
happened, guys. None of this has happened, apparently, to these delusional idiots who support Hamas. So I have a question. Anybody who wants the link to look at actual October 7 footage, email me. I'm more than happy to send it to you so you can wake the hell up. Because people like this is dangerous to society. Because people like this is sending false information to people. Hamas is a sick terrorist organization that doesn't feel a thing about everyone. They don't even feel a thing about their own family. There's interviews from Hamas members, mothers and fathers and stuff that say, oh, I'm so proud of my children. I'm so proud that they bombed people. I'm so proud that they died. The one woman even said, I lost 4 people, 4 children. I still have another 4 to lose. How great is Allah?
I got a quick question for you. What part of the Gaza did that happen in? What was it Israeli territory that they were in when they did that?
No, that was Israeli territory. They literally broke into the kibbutz and they went and did these things to people. While some of them were having picnics, some of them had like the music festival, some of them are just sitting having dinner, some of them taking a bath or whatever. I mean, there's another one where the mother and the father and 2 small children go into a room and they barricade themselves in the room, so that Hamas can come in. Well, anyway, they end up shooting the mother and father and killing them through the door. But the 2 children are still there, and what do? They light the place on fire. That's what they do. Wow. They lit the place on fire. That's so loving, so caring.
Mm-hmm. That's not the kind of video I watched. They show people trying to hijack cars outside of a house or something. Like the video I did watch that happened. They had guns and stuff, but I didn't see any of this stuff. I don't think they released a lot of this to the public, did they?
Exactly, Law. What kind of demonic crap? That's exactly that. That's why this has to be shown to people. Because people don't want to believe what's being shown. People just play blind. Oh, no, Hamas didn't do. They're not the bad people. They are defending themselves. They're defending the Gazans. No, they're not. They literally use people as human shields. They use children as human shields. They use women as human shields. And by the way, I was looking at the footage, when they were bombing the hospital. Do you know they have actual footage of showing Hamas was there when they bombed the hospital? Sad.
I dare say you probably can't show that on YouTube.
No, I can't.
For sure.
But you know what the propaganda is going around? They just bombed the hospital for bombing a hospital. But there's actual video footage of Hamas there at the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always stay neutral, bro, because Israel was doing the same thing during the Iran war. And thank God Iran decided not to bomb the hospital, but they had a whole logistics center in the middle of some Israeli town with a bunch of IDF soldiers in the bottom of the hospital carrying around supplies and things.
Crazy.
So it could have gone the same way. This is why I'm
Could've
like,
gone the same way,
obviously,
agreed.
we can't condone anybody here. I don't think. I personally won't claim Israel. I won't claim Hamas, but I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, one's perfect and the other's bad or vice versa. They're both bad in their own way.
I agree. No, I agree.
Regardless,
Both are bad
even
in
if
their own way.
October 7th was a psyop, Hamas still should have been out here and like saying they didn't do it. I mean, if they're going to take responsibility, they take responsibility. I don't know what else to say about
They
that.
are taking responsibility. It's the people like this idiot on screen who's trying to make it that it's not their responsibility. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
He's trying to make it sound like it never happened.
And it is Israel's fault at some points too, but you can't. This is
The
why I hate
problem-
picking sides, because you have
Yeah.
to be either pro Hamas or pro Israel. It's like nobody is in between. I don't understand
The
why.
problem-
You can't look at a war and say war is bad.
The
You have to
problem
pick a
is on
side
October
the evil
7th.
war.
The problem on October 7 is it did happen, psyop or not.
It did, yeah.
Innocent people did die. Innocent people did suffer. Innocent people still suffering through that. The thing which I have to call out is these people, these terrorist sympathizers. You understand?
And that's really
I
what
have
it
to
is, bro.
present the
Yeah, I
truth.
mean,
Because if Hamas didn't do it, I would be supporting Hamas that didn't do it, but they did do it. So I have to
Yeah.
present the truth.
Yeah,
If
as I
Israel
thought-
went and did it, I would be showing Israel doing it. You understand?
yeah,
Because the
absolutely.
truth is the truth.
And I did say that didn't Hamas take responsibility for November or October?
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm
whatever it
saying.
was.
They claim they did it. They're not even like, because let's say it was a psyop. Wouldn't Hamas come out and be like, no, actually Israel's just trying to sow division. We didn't actually do it. Like, it makes me lean more towards they might have
But that's-
actually seriously been involved, because they're not even
Well,
trying to
that's
deny
the
it.
thing. They can't hide it because they were doing these things live. They were presenting this live on social media with GoPros.
Huh. Wow.
All these things were literally live. They were showing them live as they were doing them. All proud.
Are they trying to get an international war out of this? Is that what they want to do?
No, remember, the problem is Hamas is a jihadi group. They believe what they're doing is Allah's work. They believe they have to get rid of the infidels so they can go to Jannah, to heaven.
Yeah.
So they believe every infidel they kill, it's a ticket to heaven for their family.
Uh-huh.
So
Well,
they
how
were
many tickets-
brought up this way. Yeah. So they literally believe they are doing great works. And because they brought up from a young age to watch the propaganda, hate the Jews, stab the Jews, kill the Jews, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They have no remorse for doing it at all. They're proud of what they're doing.
I think God would look at it differently.
So yeah, we have to understand that these people are also people that they were being indoctrinated to this. But it doesn't excuse them for the acts they did.
No, not at
And I
all.
want to point out, one of the ISIS leaders was killed by the IDF. I think it was today or yesterday. What is ISIS doing with
Hamas?
Hamas if Hamas is not a terrorist organization? Everybody agree ISIS is a terrorist organization, correct?
From what I've seen, yeah. I don't think they're responsible for everything that they claim. So,
Well, don't ask Janusz or anybody else, because they'll tell you ISIS and Hamas are both Jewish organizations. That's what they'll tell you.
Then I have to come prove that point. Because I still have yet for them to show that.
I don't understand the whole dynamic to the whole region itself. I don't understand that personally. That's one reason why I step back and I don't understand why it's happening. I don't know who's responsible for everything, but
yeah, exactly, Law. That's a scary thing. That the fact that they don't even
Yeah.
think they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hop out,
That's why
boys.
I do
appreciate
believe.
you having me in.
Great having you, Jada, man. Much
You guys
better.
have a
for coming
wonderful stream. I'm gonna try to watch and stuff. I'm just trying to catch a couple football games today. So
Oh, awesome. Who's your supported game?
I'm a Georgia fan, man. I don't really watch the NFL, but college football's back, so I missed yesterday's stream because Saturdays is all the games. But I did
you're a
pop in a
Bulldog fan?
few times, and I was listening.
You're
Awesome.
a Bulldog. You like the
Oh
Bulldogs?
yeah, man, big Georgia fan. I watched Colorado. They lost to Georgia Tech. I was pretty sad. I actually like Colorado. I live there, so I try to support them.
Awesome. Well, enjoy. And much blessings, man.
Later.
Appreciate you, man. I'll see you in the
You
next
too,
one.
man.
Bless you
Cheers,
guys.
Ted. You too.
Jade.
Cheers. Okay, guys, remember the link is above if you want to come in and give your say. If you disagree with us, you can come in and tell us how you disagree. We're more than happy to listen out what you guys have to say. But for now, we're just going to present what a neo-Nazi this guy is and a total ignorant twat.
Hold on,
about
repeating
October
lies.
7th.
You're repeating lies.
watch the footage on October 7th?
I did. Did you see it? Did you see when you saw hang gliders parasailing over an apartheid wall? When you saw bulldozers bulldozing through an apartheid wall? Did you think that was the Wehrmacht?
When you heard the soldier
to
calling
destroy Israel? Are you fucking out of your mind?
when you heard
Okay, when you saw the tractors or the bulldozers going through the fence, it was so they could breach into Israel to send their Hamas terrorists through to actually, do what they did. There's literally footage of that.
Yeah, there is. Is it grotesque at all?
They took a bulldozer and they rammed a part of the gates down, and so they could get through. That's what they did.
This is what Hamas did? It was
Yes,
them?
Hamas.
Okay. Not
On
Israel.
October 7th to get into the kibbutzes and do what they did.
Okay.
So.
And they claimed it. They did it. So.
Mm-hmm. They were showing it. They were proud of doing it.
the terrorist calling his parents like, I killed 10 Jews. That's resistance. Have you watched the documentary?
What are you talking about? Most of the people that were killed on that day were killed by Israel, according to their Hannibal directive.
Oh my word, that's what's a nonsense. First of all, you guys love bringing up a Hannibal directive because you don't even know what the Hannibal directive is about. Okay? The Hannibal directive is not about just killing civilians. Anyway, there wasn't really much civilians killed by the IDF in October 7. It was based on crossfire from Hamas holding people as human shields. Remember we showed how much a few weeks ago from the terrorist interviews where they literally admitted they were holding hostages as human shields to protect themselves from Hamas fire, from IDF fire.
Were they?
Yes.
Huh.
So they're getting shot at, so they pull Israeli civilians in front of them to protect them from the bullets. Yeah. Now, the Hannibal directive is not specifically aimed at civilians. It's aimed at IDF soldiers if they have, how can I put it, if they have information, valuable information. So instead of letting that valuable information get out, it is better to get rid of them, which the IDF soldiers all agree to, by the way, when they become part of the military. They understand under the Hannibal directive, they are liable for not getting information leaked out, so the military themselves is allowed to take them out so that they can't be tortured to give information out. That's what the Hannibal directive is. It's got nothing to do with killing civilians just for nitty-gritty.
Well, it's like a suicide pact, you're saying, basically, because they have valuable information. They want to be tortured.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing that every other government every government in the world has that same kind of directive. They don't want anybody to get their information out there. Just that. But people want to use the Hannibal directive and say, oh, these guys are so evil. They're just trying to kill civilians. But in the meantime, it's not even for civilians. It's not to just nitty-gritty shoot people. So it shows you they haven't even read through the Hannibal directive and understood what it actually says. People should literally stop posting propaganda and just listening to morons like this on screen and actually do your research and look what's actually going on, because this is what happens. It's dangerous. You are being a danger to society because you are pushing a terrorist organization and making them look at the good guys and the people who are literally defending themselves as the bad guys. That's sick. And like I said, you people in chat, if you got disagreements, link is above. Come in. More than happy to hear you out how you disagree. But just make sure if you do come and show disagreements, show your point with actual evidence, because I got multitudes of evidence to show everything I say.
Do you know what
According
let's talk
to
about the
own
Hannibal
Israeli
directive.
publication.
Let's talk about
That's
the.
what I was trying to get to. The
Do you
Hannibal
know-
Directive. And
Do you know what the Hannibal Directive is?
Of course, I know what the
What is the Hannibal Directive?
The Hannibal Directive is the directive that says that IDF is going to kill its own civilians.
Nope.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
It-
nope.
yes.
Even
yes.
he agrees. No. Exactly. See? No, it's not. I don't think I need to explain again. He's probably going to explain it.
They must in order to avoid
Nope.
A
Kellen,
political
pull it up.
scenario.
Pull up the Hannibal Directive and tell me if it
It is a
applies
little
to-
vague, but there are different. This is the one thing, and I'm not even trying to be on Rathbone's side. There is different interpretations of it because it's like a
there's-
military directive. But if we're just being honest, they did use it on that day, and whether they killed
I think
I think there was
civilians or
14 civilians. I think the
Wow.
IDF.
14 civilians caught in the cross.
14 civilians caught in crossfire, guys. I think that's a big difference from 1,400 people by Hamas.
Was that the claim? 1,400
No, they-
people?
1,400 people is what is the number that were affected by October 7.
Okay.
Now,
Not casualties,
14 people were in the crossfire. And from those 14 people, we have Hamas people interrogation saying, yes, they used them as human shields. Now, you also have to understand, when you are in a live war zone, you know, live bullets flying everywhere, people are probably going to get in the crossfire, correct?
Yeah, but what are civilians doing there? That's my question.
They live there. That's what's
Okay.
going on. It's in the kibbutz, the people in their homes.
All right.
They were literally just in their homes, you know, enjoying life, going on, minding their own business when these terrorists decided to come in and do what they did. Very, very, how can I say, pathetic for people to try and push a false narrative of what actually happened and not even understanding what the Hannibal Directive says.
Crossfire.
is what they say, and
Is
you
what
know,
they say.
obviously the numbers can
But
be a
the
little
actual
fishy.
Hannibal Directive prevents the intentional killing of a civilian. It only applies to IDF soldiers to protect military intelligence
There
if
we
they are
go.
being taken hostage by the enemy.
So you just concede the point that they are allowed to kill their own.
No, they're
people.
not allowed to. If they kill a civilian intentionally, then it's a war crime. It will be
Well, that's what they
investigated
did.
and tried. You made it sound like the Hannibal. Hold on. You made it sound like the Hannibal Directive says kill anybody you want for any reason, including civilians. That's not what the Hannibal Directive is. The Hannibal Directive is a directive that pretty much every military has, where if you have a soldier that's being taken captive, you can take out the soldier. Because let's say they have sensitive information. Let's say they have military intelligence that you don't want to get.
And you don't want to give them leverage in
Yes,
negotiations.
that is not.
That's
So
a
the
big
Hannibal
part of it.
Directive talking point is being parroted by people who don't know what it is.
Exactly.
On October 7th, they instituted the Hannibal Directive,
Yeah,
and then
and
they
I'm glad
used
they
they used Apache gunship
That's-
helicopters.
What? There was no Apache gunship helicopters on the 7th of October. It was after. The Apache helicopters, you saw the videos, was after. I think it was on the 9th.
And what were they doing with the Apaches? They were looking for a Hamas.
Hamas.
Yeah.
What the hell is this guy talking about? There was no Apache helicopters by the IDF on the 7th of October.
Maybe he knows something you don't, Flats.
Sure, that's
To mow down
You do have to admit that
entire
they use the
field
Hannibal-
hospital.
real quick, guys. We're talking about this modern warfare where they're at a music festival.
on.
So Zach, I think that you would be very naive to think that if they're using a Black Hawk helicopter, that it would be very possible that a civilian could get hit.
You
You
know
know,
what
what I
the-
mean? Like, obviously,
Right.
civilians got
The
hit.
footage you're referring to of the Black Hawk helicopter. What day was that from?
I'm talking about October 7th.
You're talking about October 7th.
Yeah.
You know what I know what footage.
And I'm
you're
talking
refer-
about
I know what footage you're
publications.
referring to.
I have talking
you
about
guys seen that
publications that
footage?
have reported, according to the
No, I-
IDF, that the majority of the civilians that were killed on October 7th.
What publications?
By
Al
Israel.
Jazeera?
Plus 972, Israeli publication. It's an Israeli publication itself.
Yeah, an Israeli.
It's Israeli saying this.
The Jerusalem Post is an Israeli publication. It's basically the MSNBC of Israel.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it came from there.
You're saying a publication. You appeal to authority. The journalist said.
Oh my goodness!
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like when you got car trouble. Oh, let me ask my mechanic. Oh no, don't appeal to authority.
No, but this is the vaccine is safe and effective. Fucking talk.
Okay, let's not talk about the vaccine.
No, I'm just saying it's the
We're
same
talking about
thing. It's
Israel
like,
and Palestine.
I heard it from the experts.
Oh
right?
man,
So
yeah.
like,
well, this is how we
imagine that I have sources.
But real quick, this is how we do know vaccines are safe and effective, because one of the most successful ceasefires, in Gaza was so that they could do a vaccine campaign for the Gazans. So that's how you know Israel loves those vaccines are very safe and effective if they're given.
Really?
Yeah. Obviously, he's being sarcastic, just in case people don't know.
It's safe and effective, man.
Yeah.
Fauci's got your interest at heart, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Bring them out free like that.
Look,
But, go ahead.
The Apache helicopter footage that you are referring to was from October 9th when they were
that was
fighting,
right. The 9th. Okay.
when they were shooting at Hamas terrorists. They were not shooting at civilians.
Okay.
It's been debunked.
They're not
This
Hamas
talking point,
terrorists.
it's so wild that you are saying these people went into these kibbutzes in Israel and somehow still figured out a way to blame Israel, right? It's like, oh my God, they killed civilians when they were attacked. Like, it's like, okay, if Washington D.C. had like I don't know, thousands of terrorists that just came in and soldiers were freaking trying to shoot them and accidentally shot a civilian, and then a year and a half later you're like, can you believe our military shot an American? It's like, dude, I get it. It's like, fucking, yeah, there was civilian casualties, there was crossfire. Every single death that is on that day is at the hands of the people who went in and started raping and murdering.
Again, I agree 100% with him. 100%.
So I kind of see where they're going. Like, this is a spy versus spy thing, and those civilians they killed were assets of some kind. I don't know. That's how conspiratorial they are.
Mm-hmm.
And but Israel was actually responsible.
You understand what he's pointing out, though?
Yeah.
He's pointing out that this guy literally doesn't even know what he's presenting. The information he's pushing is false. This just... The guy doesn't even know himself what he's pushing out. The guy's ignorant. And I found this with all Palestinian supporters. They're ignorant. Sorry, it's just plain and simple. I have not yet seen one Palestinian supporter come and defend with actual evidence of anything they present. I know Max Egan is not a source for intelligence. Max Egan is a moron. The guy literally says October 7 was AI generated.
That didn't look like AI to me.
No, it's not AI. AI wasn't even properly developed then. Even today, you can still see if something's AI.
That looked like actual kids in there and their father in what we just watched. Yeah, that wasn't AI at all.
No. But people like Max Egan try and say that was all AI generated. So yeah. Again, anybody that disagrees with this, I'm sorry, it's the hard truth. You have to wake up. If you disagree, come and present your evidence, and I'm more than happy to listen to it. But make sure your evidence is actually presentable, not just trust me, bro. You guys agree, Georgia? Because that's how it works, correct? If you have something to say, you would have evidence to back it up, because claims usually have evidence.
It's not there's no evidence of rape, but also...
hold on. What? No evidence of rape. Video footage. People literally have interviews that were affected from this. Like I said, there's actual video footage of this. Inside Gaza too.
Now, I've heard the same with Israeli soldiers that have captured Palestinians. They're accusing both sides there too.
Hey Max, how's it going? Max, can you hear us?
Max is typing.
No, he's a troll. Bro, you're a brain dead flurfer. Is that the best you got? Is this what happens when we destroy your paradigm? Come on, Max. Use your mic. Talk. Be a man. Let's just ignore him. We can ignore him if he doesn't talk. So let's go on with showing how ignorant this guy is on screen.
There's rape a lot.
I love that you like to. Wait,
Can we two hostages that came out of Hamas captivity that said I was raped over and over again are lying.
We'll get to the rape, but let him respond.
According, you said that it's everybody that died that day is the fault of Hamas because they instituted Operation Al-Aqsa Flood. They burst through the apartheid wall. They attacked Israel. That is not what international laws say. That is not what universal humanitarian laws say. Every, you read the articles expressed in the UN Charter, it makes clear that reprisals born against an occupying army or an occupying force are the fault of the occupier ultimately because they created the conditions for a reprisal, for an act of resistance, and that is indeed what you have between the Gaza Strip, between the Palestinians and between the Israelis. The Israelis are legally known and concluded to be occupying people. They
can't occupy Gaza if they pulled out of Gaza 2005. The whole reason Hamas is in power in Gaza is because Israel's not occupying Gaza.
So why
Hamas
are they
Hamas wouldn't even exist. Hamas wouldn't even exist where they are now if Israel was occupying Gaza. That's how moronic this guy is. You still going to talk now, Max, or are you still just going to keep calling me a Nazi in the back chat? Because how the hell am I a Nazi when literally Hamas are Nazis? Come on, Max. Waiting, Max. Show everybody how we are Nazis. Go ahead. This is your time to talk, Max. No, instead he's just swearing at us and going crazy. Really? I think it's Sean Hawkins, by the way, because now he's bringing up Sov as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with Sov on this, and Sov knows this. But I wouldn't call him a Nazi. What? Come on, Sean. You can talk. We know it's you. Exactly. That's exactly that 414 keeper. How would Hamas not be terrorists? I 100% agree. It's impossible to just even conceive that they're not terrorists.
So if I was a Palestinian and I'm on the Gaza Strip, don't they have their own police force or anything at all?
No, they have Hamas.
Well, are they elected?
Right. They were elected in 2005. After they literally killed the party that was against them, the Fatwas, which was also jihadists, by the way. They also came from the Muslim Brotherhood. But the difference is that Hamas killed them so they couldn't get voted. Then everybody was kind of forced to vote for Hamas. They voted for Hamas. Hamas came into power. And ever since 2007, there has never been an election again. Hamas has just run the Gaza Strip like a mafia.
Taking collections, protecting them from themselves, stuff like that.
Yeah. Quite crazy.
An occupying state. How? Because they took land in 1967, and going back to my previous point, UN Resolution 242, when they started the 6-Day War in 1967.
Who started that war in 1948?
Israel started the war.
No, that was the Palestinians.
No. Well, again, you can say
been
that.
5 wars.
You can go into your feelings and you can make it personal all you want. But this is not. I have looked it up. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, maybe
UN Resolution 242 is unanimously agreed.
I just want to point out, mankind. Not everyone knows Hamas are terrorists because this guy on screen is telling us they're not. And I literally got Sean Hawkins in my private chat, aka Max here. It's just also saying they're not terrorists.
I think he's just attacking us because we're flat earthers. That's why Sean's back.
Yeah. Oh, Sean, poor guy. The guy has nothing to present, so it's okay. You can be a child on here, and you can carry on doing what you're doing. We're actually grown as people. If you're too childish, you're able to talk. and just come in and insult and call us names, that's all you got, Max. That's your problem. You can just sit there and do that. We're just gonna ignore you. Okay.
That Israel started an illegal war of acquisition, and in that war they acquired territory which is illegal, and then on top of that they settled that land.
That is so wrong. That's not how it happened. Do you know anything about the 6-Day War?
Yeah, I do, somewhat. And I've watched the mainstream narrative on how it all went down and how Israel defended itself in the process. When Egypt attacked them, I think, wasn't it?
Yep. Huh. There were a few Muslim countries attacking them. And what happened is they defended themselves. And after they defend themselves, they decided, well, we need to take over the Gaza Strip and the, part of the West Bank and stuff, because they needed to protect themselves. So they had to set up blockades. That's what happened. That's why the 6-Day War existed. So they can infiltrate there, take over, and build barricades to protect themselves from the ongoing wars that never stop. That's it.
And who funds most of those wars? Like, I think the U.S. government may be involved in some of it. The British government, they all have.
Yeah, that was still under the British colonial system at that time. But now America is helping fund Israel. And that's why you get people like this on screen, which is now calling America terrorists.
I've never terrorized anybody.
It's weird. So I want to ask you if, I also can't believe it. 53% don't think Hamas is terrorists. It's literally insanity. I just don't know what to think about it. Let's actually see. It's 54% now. After 53 votes, 53% say Hamas are not terrorists. 47% say they are. Whoever does say Hamas are not terrorists, get your head checked. There is something wrong with you. I don't know what else to say. Correct, Roger?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole thing, but why are people defending any of it to start with? I don't get it. I realized that Israel wasn't welcome in 48 when they came in. Don't try what, dude? Max, if you got something to say, I'm right here.
Hey, Luca, what's up, man?
Say hi to Max right quick.
Hello?
Hello, Luca.
Hi again. How's it going?
Good. Good to have you back.
Yeah. So, do you know what the shortest war is? And
The 6-Day War?
Huh?
The 6-Day War?
I don't. No, it's not that one. There's a shorter one.
What is it, Luca?
I think it lasted 3 days.
What was it called?
I think it was the 100-hour war.
No, it's the 6-Day War. Yeah, the 6-Day War.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
That's the 100. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear about the Nakba?
No, what's that one?
There's also a war that they try to. They call it the catastrophe. That's what Nakba means, catastrophe, because the Muslim countries try to, invade Israel and overthrow them, and Israel won, and that's why it was an embarrassment to them. That's why they call it the catastrophe, and because of that, this is why we had like the 6-Day War. Well, they had the 6-Day War where Israel had to, take over the Gaza Strip and the parts of West Bank and stuff, so they can set up safe borders, so Israel can be safe from the incoming invasions, because they constantly attack. There were many resolutions set up even before the state of Israel was set, and the so-called Palestinians have always rejected it because they do not want the land. They just want to wipe Israel out. They use the land as propaganda. They just want to wipe, and they're very open about it. It's just sad that people are defending them.
Oh. So what? So why is that? What's their reason? Just for violence?
Their reason is because they taught from a young age. The problem with Islam, it teaches them in the Quran that Jews and Christians are the worst of creatures, and they will never get judgment to go to heaven until all the Jews are gone. So their whole goal in life, literally as a jihadist, is to get rid of the Jews.
Can we just all get along, as you would say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, guys, I support Sov on everything he does. I just don't support him on this issue at all. Just like Janusz, and he knows I'm very vocal about it. And if he ever wants to talk about it, I'm more than happy to talk about it. So if you want to, you can tell Sov, hey, you can come present your evidence on what you say, and I'm more than happy to listen to him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Saab would have no problems with it.
Yeah. I'm sure Sov will at least be able to present a bit better than Janusz, though.
Yeah. And Max here in the back, you're just wasting your time, dude. Just stop while you're ahead. Nobody's even looking at it anymore. It just pops up. Werfer should die. Die Werfer. That sounds like a Nazi kind of thing, wouldn't it? You know, like all Werfers must die now. We got to kill off all the Werfs.
That's
We're
Nazism.
light on humanity. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nazism. Sorry, Luke, you want to say something?
Yeah, the 100-hour war, I thought was different from the 6-day war. No,
it's not, is it?
The same war.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll be back now, guys. Just talk amongst yourself. Be 2 minutes.
Okay. So, look at how you doing.
I'm good. 100 hours is like 4 days now, not 6.
Well, I think they just kind of rounded it up or rounded it down. One of the two. I can't remember.
Nah, surely the 100-hour war and the 6-day war are different.
What year was it?
El Salvador versus Honduras.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, those were the people that were in the war.
That's not the 6-day war. The 6-day war happened in Israel, between Israel and Egypt. So.
Yeah. So the 100-hour war and the 6-day war are different. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, by the way, you should come by my channel tomorrow. I'm having a debate. You'll love it.
Oh, who are you debating?
Well, I invited Duffy over, but he doesn't want to come.
Well, he did say it would be. Well, technically, he could still.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
and
be
still
going.
Out videos, you know, like he's still out there.
He wouldn't be going against it because it said it's the final live stream, and even if he wanted to release the documentary, the Antarctica one, it wouldn't be going against what he said, which was the final live stream. Which I'm guessing that the documentary is not going to be live. So
no, it's got to be produced. You'd say.
Yeah. So yeah, the final live stream, he said. So it doesn't mean it's not going to keep making videos or stuff. Well, I guess he could still not make videos, and that would be okay too. But
yeah, I think Max here is projecting. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I had to throw that out there. Yeah, he could technically do this, but I think he told me he made a promise to his family, no more flat Earth stuff, but he's still producing flat Earth content or anti-flat Earth content, as I would put it. And I told him that I would open a special debate just for him. If he doesn't want to show up tomorrow, I'm doing one on the 3rd too. So
yeah,
and I'm donating to charity too, just like he did. So I'm matching him. I don't have $10,000, but
it's going to be an exciting. It's going to be an exciting
Yeah, it will be.
debate to
It'll be-
watch.
What-
I mean, we're going to
what-
review it for sure.
Who are you debating? If not Duffy?
Well, he said he was going to send over some people. I don't know who he had in mind,
All
but
right.
I think I might know who they are.
Yeah, I don't think. I think Max has a point here.
It's Sean Hawkins,
Kind-
probably.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's true.
yeah, it's good to have you back,
Hello
man.
again. I'm
Did the
back.
Bulldogs win?
They were playing yesterday. I was watching the South Carolina game. It's not that exciting, I'll be honest with you.
Was it Gamecocks or Clemson?
It's the Gamecocks. Clemson last night actually to LSU. That was a good game.
Nice.
Yep. So I figured I'd hop back in.
Okay. Okay, I just want to point out, yes, the 6-Day War and the 100-Day War are two different events, though.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I
Because
thought.
the 6-Day War was in 1967, and the 100-hour war was in
El Salvador versus
1991.
Honduras.
Yeah,
El
and the
Salvador
100-hour
versus
war was in
Honduras.
1991.
Over
was called the-
football.
Yeah, it was called Gulf War.
It was a war for mainly because of football.
Hmm.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Well, it was between Kuwait and the southern Iraq, though.
Because they like. I think it was also known as a football war as well. So
No,
yeah,
because
must have been a football.
because I think it was Iraq's invasion and occupation of Kuwait.
Yeah.
The 6-Day War,
No, the 100-hour war, the Gulf War.
Iraq,
Iraq in Kuwait, yeah. So that's what I was saying. 6-Day War. The 6-Day War. Yeah, but the 6-Day War is not the same as the 100-hour war. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm trying to
know,
point out.
I know.
It's two
Yeah.
different. It's two different
Yes.
Things in completely.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
You remember the Princess of Kuwait actually got on TV and told everybody they're burning babies in incubators. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember that being said sometime.
That was in the Kuwait War. Yeah. The Iraqi soldiers were going through burning babies in incubators. That's what was claimed. That would be a definite war crime.
Oh no.
Okay. Anyway, guys, ready to go on?
Okay.
Let's see.
Land. They instituted a blockade and siege of that land. These are all war crimes. They transferred people into the occupied territories, another war crime. They transferred the indigenous people to other parts of the occupied territory or expelled them, another war crime.
Who started
Wait. Expelled them. They left. They didn't expel them, they left. They didn't want to live with the Jews. By the way, there's over 2 million Palestinians that live in Israel today. That doesn't
That's
seem
a
much
lot
of
of
an apartheid state to me, does it?
2 million?
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot, but that's enough.
Work and live in Israel, Palestinians.
There's that many people in Charlotte. It's a
So
city.
how is that apartheid state? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to say. This guy just doesn't know anything. He's just pushing propaganda. Probably from listening to Al Jazeera. And
They have
guys,
two-
do not listen to Al Jazeera. It's the biggest Hamas crap propaganda media out there.
I got a question for you though. They have a separate state, right? They have they're not part of Israel at all as it goes. How are they politically involved with them? Apartheid was two political parties that were fighting for power, right?
Yeah, but no, they call Israel. They say Israel's an apartheid state because they put the wall up to protect themselves. How dare someone put a wall up to protect themselves?
Okay.
So guys, America, you guys are an apartheid state, correct? Because you guys have the wall against the Mexicans.
That's a country. That's not a state.
Well, there's a wall.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't
That's
really
exactly
work
how
that
it is in
well.
Israel. There's a wall put up between the borders of Israel and Palestine. It's two different countries.
Our wall here
Jaden, you
doesn't work
muted,
very
mate.
well.
Jaden, you muted, mate. Jaden, You muted, mate.
Dude, you're
Oh,
muted,
sorry.
man.
I'm with my brother over here, so I'm just talking.
Okay.
It's about this topic, but it's not worth saying on stream.
Oh, okay.
I was saying the wall here in between us and Mexico doesn't work very well at all. People get around it all day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway.
Who started the Arab-Israeli War of 1948?
Yeah.
It's again. You're
No, you don't want to go. You don't want to go back that far. You want.
Yeah. Who started it? Because that was the 6-Day War that's talked about. Who started it? The Arabs. Not Israel. The Arabs. Israel, excuse me, did these things in retaliation against the wars from the Arabs towards them. Hence why they did it as occupying to defend Israel. You know, just like when, let's for instance say in the German war, when the Americans went onto what's that bay? It's a very, very famous bay.
Near
Where?
Egypt? What are you talking about?
The World War II, where they went on the bay to. It's a very famous bay.
Oh, it's
Omaha
like
Beach?
an Archies.
Pearl Harbor.
No, he's talking about Omaha, the beach.
Can't
They
think- I can't
invaded
remember
Normandy.
the name now. Normandy.
D-Day.
D-Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, think of D-Day. Did they have to go and invade to be able to take over to protect? Correct?
Yeah, I mean,
Because
they-
you have to literally get rid of the enemy, and you have to push further into the territory to get rid of them.
I mean, Egypt. Egypt provoked it, I suppose.
Yes, Egypt attacked them. They keep on attacking. Notice today, Egypt is not attacking Israel anymore because they keep losing against Israel.
The war started on the 5th, right?
5th of what?
The 5th of June, right? Is that
What
when
you
the
talking
war
about?
started? Like
What, the
officially,
war that's
right?
happening now, the Gazan war.
Oh no, the war you were talking about. Who started? Like, I think.
Yes, the 6-Day War, 5th of June. The 5th of June in 1967.
It started early in the
Yes.
morning, what I gather. Like they did it at the break of dawn. They invaded, and the people had no time to
Okay, so
retaliate.
okay. So I mixed up the wars. Okay, so who started this war that's happening
The
now?
Arabs. The Arabs.
All right, and the 6-Day War was started by
The Arabs.
Israel. Oh wait, no.
The 6-Day War literally came from the Arabs. It was retaliation by Israel from the Arabs because the Arabs were, how can I say, they were threatening them to destroy them, and they were blocking them from doing trades and all this nonsense, and they kept attacking them. So Israel said enough is enough, and they decided to take action.
Yeah, Egypt definitely provoked the war, but I think
Israel started the 6-Day War. Yes.
Are we
so
talking
it's-
about
but
with
it
Iran?
provoked-
Is that the 6-Day War we're talking about?
Sorry?
Or is that different? What is this 6-Day War? I've never heard of this.
6-Day War was in 1967, after the Arabs, Egypt and Jordan, they were kept on, trying to get rid of Israel because they were now not happy that Israel was established as a state. So Israel decided
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, so Israel decided to get rid of the threat and take over the Gaza Strip, take over the West Bank, and that so they can occupy as protection of Israel. And ever since, their intentions were still the same and stuff, and that's why Israel in 2005 decided to withdraw from those occupied places. And
now what's happening?
Now look at the situation everybody's sitting in because they withdrew in 2005.
Well, definitely Egypt created the conditions for the war.
Mm-hmm. But how's it going, Carlos? Good to see you, man.
But I think
You muted, mate. You muted, mate.
Am
I muted?
Hello?
I think Israel's.
Oh no, there you go. You're shop now.
Oh, hello. How's it going? Israel started the fighting.
It was in response to the Arabs fighting.
The
Just like this war from October 7, Israel started the war now based in response to what Hamas did.
Yeah, definitely Egypt created the conditions for the war. I'm not that they provoked Israel into starting the war. So yes. Egypt was definitely wrong in what they were doing, and in response, Israel started the fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened. Okay, we agree. Thank you.
This is the war where Egypt, Jordan, like 3 other countries attacked Israel.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, and they also had support from other Arab nations. They attacked Israel. So what happened is Israel won, and because they were getting tired of them, because they were still, making threats to destroy them, and they stopped their trades and all that stuff, and they blockade them. Then Israel decided, well, we have to defend ourselves somehow, and so that's where the 6-Day War came from. They came and they started doing the 6-Day War so they can occupy the Golan Heights and the West Bank and Gaza as strategic holding points to defend themselves.
Yeah, a lot of strange things happened in that war.
Well, it didn't. It kept. Israel kept control over Gaza.
Until
Even after
2005.
the war. Yeah, after the war, it held a tight grip. It had control of the airspace and stuff.
You see, the reason they pulled out in 2005 was in hopes that the Gazan people will now try and make peace. You understand? Because they wanted peace with the Palestinians, because they keep giving 2-state solutions and giving one state, so there can be peace, but they don't want to accept. So in 2005, they decided to leave the Gaza Strip, and they even forcefully evacuated the Israeli people from the Gaza Strip, and they left everything behind for the Gazans. That's all the infrastructure they built up. And what happened is, in that time span, there is no infrastructure left at all. The Palestinians literally just burnt everything to the ground, and whatever was there as plumbing and whatever they used to make bombs. That's what Hamas did. What can we say?
Yeah, I just read that this was the third war. That was the third war between Israel and the Arabian states.
Yeah,
this is the fourth war they've had now.
Wasn't it more strategic than peace?
Sorry?
Wasn't the pullout more strategy than peace, really?
It was for peace. They were hoping that they can have peace and reconciliation.
I think it was a.
That's why Hamas was elected in 2007 democratically, and since then Hamas has caused the havoc. But yeah, this debate thing video is almost finished, and we can carry on talking about this. You guys ready? Let's go on.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd love to go back. Let's go back to 1948.
Okay.
Let's go back to 1948. Let's go back to 1917. When you say that the Arab-Israeli war is that is a misclassification. It's
pretty much
a straw man of what is actually happening. So what you're saying is that if Nazis came into your home and took your home and hogtied you and put your family in the basement and said, okay, this is our home now, and if you fought back, then you're a terrorist. That's basically what you're saying. And it's just a war. It's just a war.
That's not what's happening in Gaza. Literally not what's happening in Gaza. I got a question for everybody though. How can one claim to be a refugee if you are claiming to occupying that land? How do you occupy land and be a refugee at the same time?
That's kind of an oxymoron.
It's literally contradictory. You can't be a refugee and occupy the same land. Sorry?
Who's claiming that?
Palestinians. They're claiming to be refugees while they're claiming to be it's their land and occupying their land.
What do you believe about that, Kevin? Do you believe that like the mainstream media is telling the truth about what's going on over there?
I don't trust mainstream media that much, no.
Yeah, me either. It's hard
You
to tell
take
what's really going on over there. That's why I wasn't quick to like answer that Hamas question, like because I'll be honest, I have no idea who Hamas. You know, I don't know who. For all I know, the Israeli state's paying Hamas. I don't know. I don't trust any of those Zionists. None of those people.
That's a paradox.
Huh?
Sorry. I'm like,
well, you
I'm
see that
thinking about it, and like, it's a paradox, isn't it?
A paradox. I think so.
That
But you see, that's the thing, though. Even if you don't want to play that game kind of thing, you still have to understand what Hamas did was bad. They are a terrorist organization.
I mean, you know, shooting up families is bad. I'm
Mhm.
just. My question is, who really shot those families up?
The
You
Hamas
know.
terrorists.
Well,
They even
that's
claim
what
they did.
that's what mainstream media would like for us to
No, that's
believe.
not,
That
no, mainstream. That's not mainstream media. That's Hamas were proud to do it. They literally, they showed these live. They were videotaping on their GoPros live doing this.
Yeah.
They were bragging about it.
Yeah. My question is, who is Hamas really? Like, who
A
backs?
terrorist organization. They
Like,
come from the
is
Muslim Brotherhood.
Hamas like a real? Is that a cover? Is that a front for who they really
No,
are? Or is that a?
no, it's a real jihadi group.
Yeah.
Just like ISIS is a real jihadi group, Al Qaeda is a real Israeli
Uh,
jihadi group. They come from the Muslim Brotherhood.
Okay.
The actual real organizations.
Well, I think how in 1948, right? They were displaced in 1948.
Yeah, Israel took over.
Yeah. Okay. So Palestinians are refugees from their original homes in Israel, but
No.
no.
No. There's no such thing as Palestine. The Palestine people are just a colloquial name given for the area of everybody living in the Jordanian and West Bank area.
How, why aren't they real?
That includes Christians, Jews, atheists, Muslims, Arabs. It doesn't matter. It's just a conglomerate name given, and it was actually coined by a Roman emperor in 132 AD. That is when they tried to name the area Palestine in the hopes of trying to derogatize and take the identity away of the Jewish people.
What do you mean Palestinians aren't really people?
Where did Palestine originate from?
I guess Gaza, maybe?
No, Gaza has never always existed. The Gaza Strip is a modernized place.
Well,
hey Luke, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you, man.
You too.
What are your thoughts on this?
Did I hear you correctly? Did you just say that ISIS and Al Qaeda are legit, like as the mainstream media presents them?
No, I wouldn't say as the mainstream media presents them, but they are legit organizations, yes.
Kevin, isn't Gaza in the Bible?
No.
There is a Gaza in the Bible. Is it not the same Gaza?
Let me check.
Hang on, sorry. Is
Not that I know of.
I mean, there's definitely a Gaza in the Bible. It's in Zechariah.
It's mentioned in Joshua 11.
Yeah.
And in Judges 16. That's interesting. Okay.
yes. As of
September, Australia and a few others are going to recognize Palestine as an official state. Did you know?
They want to. I think by the 15th of September.
Yeah.
But do you think the Hamas is still going to be around the 15th of September the way Israel is attacking right now?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to predict the future, but
Because at the
probability.
moment, Israel is now on full force against Hamas in the Gaza Strip. They literally have put full warning out they're going to eradicate them totally now. And I mean, they've already now, when was it? Like 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? They actually even killed one of the top leading people from Hamas and ISIS.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be severely weakened. I don't think Hamas is going to be gone, but I think it's going to be weakened.
They're already very weak right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the IDF killed Muhammad Abdul Aziz Abdul Zubaydah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What did
he was
you say?
he was the head of of ISIS organization.
Oh, that's a name. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey.
Yes.
So, assuming that Palestinians are real and a certain group of people from a certain place are called Palestinians, then the paradox gets resolved, right?
I think the only way this is going to get resolved to have peace is when Hamas just doesn't exist anymore.
No, I mean like you can occupy land and be a refugee.
That's the oxymoron. You can't occupy land and be a refugee for that land at the same time.
Yeah, I have a solution for it right now.
But if we say Palestinians are refugees from their original homes in Israel, then we can resolve the paradox.
Okay, I got a solution for Hamas right now. Why doesn't the UN go in, take over the government there, take their little army, kick Hamas out, and just make peace with everybody?
How?
All the civilians there.
Wait. How's the UN going to do that?
Well, I don't know. They do have an army.
The UN has issues with Israel doing that at the moment. And that's literally what Israel is doing. They're wiping out Hamas.
Yeah.
And you want the UN to do that when the UN's literally against that?
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, originally they were designed to keep peace amongst the countries, right? That's why they were given an army to begin with, correct?
Well, I don't think you guys trust the UN.
No, I don't. I'm just saying that would be a solution right now. I mean, if they actually did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah. Keith,
mm-hmm.
Keith, do you trust the mainstream media? Yeah, well, why you keep referencing mainstream media? Like this media here is like it's mainstream media.
Where? This is Tim Pool.
Oh, come on. This is
channel.
like
how am I?
It's glorified. It's glorified.
Is Tim Pool mainstream? The debate we're watching now is Tim Pool.
Yeah, it's Tim Pool. It's Tim Pool. Tim Pool's mainstream.
No,
it's
not.
like
How's he mainstream? He's a YouTuber.
Is he MAGA? I see the Make America Great Again back there. Are they like pro-Trump?
I don't know. Probably. I don't understand how is Tim Pool media? I'm confused.
Hello.
Hello. How is Temple mainstream media?
Tim Paul is with like 500,000 followers.
But how's that mainstream media?
That's mainstream media.
No, it's not.
It's alternate mainstream media. Do you think Alex Jones is mainstream media?
No, he's just.
No, he's not. But do you think? Hey, bro, the sound's really bad.
Yeah, somebody.
The sound's really bad.
Yeah, someone's got background noise. Okay. Anyway, yeah, when it comes to Alex Jones, I don't trust Infowars either.
Yeah, but do you trust Avi Yemeni? Do you trust Sky News Australia? Do you trust these guys?
I don't trust anybody as much as you should trust them, but it doesn't mean everything they say is false.
No, but you shouldn't rely on them to like reference them. Though, is my point. It's like
I
you
don't
can
just
talk
rely on
about
them
it
to
and
reference. These are points that can be, how can I say, backed up by different sources.
Okay, so do you think ISIS and Al Qaeda and Hamas is what the mainstream media want us to think they are, which is evil, Islamic, hardline organizations, terrorist organizations that are organic? Or
Yes.
do you think maybe there's something else going on?
No, I think it's true.
Because you really
It is true, because if you've ever read the Quran, you'll know it's true.
Can I say something about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have good sources that Islam is not even a real religion. Islam was instituted by the Pope of Rome.
You're breaking up, man.
So Islam, hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear now?
Is not a real religion. It was created by the Pope, by the Roman Catholic Church, specifically like the papal system, to create an army against Jews and real Christians, right?
Yeah, I believe the Islam is the beast system, as the Bible declares.
Yes, they are under the control of Rome. Rome controls, the Vatican controls Islam. And so I think that's what that gentleman's saying. In that sense, these people are just like, I think the word is proxies. They're just little pawns, they just slap a name on them. But ultimately that's Rome pulling the strings in the background. This
But
is
it still doesn't change the fact that Islam is a religion, even though it's a fake religion, which I agree, it's from Satan.
Yeah,
but
you got a point there. I mean, people are convinced that they are a real religion. You're right.
And the thing is, when it comes to the terrorist groups like Al Qaeda, ISIS, and Hamas, and them, they believe the Quran. They believe what it tells them. That's why they become jihadists. They are called extremists for a reason, because they take what the Quran says literally, and it literally tells them to do what they're doing.
Yeah. Sadly, these people have been indoctrinated from little kids. Like they literally don't know any better. Like I've seen some like actual footage. I have a buddy that was
I can show you now.
Detroit.
Some Palestinian TV of the children being indoctrinated from a very young age to hate the Jews, to stab them where they see them, and
So
it's
they don't
sad.
know
And
any
that's why I say you have to understand they're still people.
Yeah.
They've been indoctrinated and deceived us because they believe they are doing the will of Allah, but that doesn't excuse them from the things they do, though.
No, I'm definitely not advocating for that. No, it's not. I'm not in any way justifying what they're doing. I'm just saying, like in the grand scheme of things, like this whole thing is not what it seems to be. Like the motives, especially, and the intentions behind, all that's going on.
Yeah. Now, at the end of the day, the question is Hamas a terrorist organization? And the simple answer is yes, they are. They
Yeah.
fit every criteria of a terrorist organization.
Well, I would say this: I don't think they're any more a terrorist than, say, my United States government is a terrorist, because they've committed some atrocities themselves. No different, really. I don't think much different. Like some of the stuff that our government's done, and I would say this for probably
Every
most
government.
governments. Yeah,
Every government has done
you know,
really,
yeah.
bad things.
The more we use the Bible as a reference, right? Because the Bible says that all the kings of the earth have fornicated with the mother of harlots, or the beast, right? So we know that Rome ultimately is kind of in control of all these people, right? Like, when the King of England gets crowned, who puts the crown on his head, right? The Pope of Rome. Same with our president. He flies over there, kisses his ring, pays homage to the Pope. And
Yeah.
so as Seventh-day Adventists, we get into we're kind of forced to get into a little bit of the politics because it involves the prophecy, but for the most part, we keep our eye on that first and second beast of Revelation. The first beast being papal Rome, and the second beast being, well, Protestant America. We believe that we are the second beast of Revelation, right? Looks like a lamb, right? Two horns like a lamb, but speaks like a dragon, right? That's us. we look like a lamb, but we're really a dragon in disguise. That's us, Yeah. And so, yeah, nothing is what it seems. It really isn't, Horrible. It's horrible stuff, and I'm definitely not justifying those acts that are done. It's,
Yeah.
realistically,
and it's sad that innocent people have to suffer through this. The problem I have with all this, though, is people are defending Hamas. They're being terrorized sympathizers. They're trying to say it's fine with Hamas. Hamas never did these things. They're trying to claim that it's fine for them. They're just defending their homeland.
Yeah.
But that's total nonsense, and that's what I have to fight against. We
Yeah.
have to protect the facts.
I hear you. I have heard some rumors that, because the October 7 was kind of strange. Like, so Hamas breaks in, right? They get through this gate, which was supposed to be heavily under heavy surveillance, but they somehow get in. Hours they go in there and terrorize. Israeli soldiers don't show up till I don't know, 4 or 5 hours later or something like that. There's a lot of suspicion.
They got in at different places, though. They didn't just get in one place. But yeah, that one place they showed, where were the guards? You know what I mean? That was very suspicious.
And so, I wouldn't put it past the state of Israel to have been the one to instigated this whole thing. Have you ever read Albert Pike's prediction? You know who Albert Pike is?
Yeah, Freemason.
Have you ever heard? Have you read his prediction on World War III?
No.
Pull it up really quick if you can, Kevin. Put Albert Pike predicts World War III, and I mean, this isn't evidence that this whole thing is orchestrated from a very long time ago. I mean, all these narratives have been written a long time ago. To be honest with you, from my investigations,
if I get it up, it says the claim Albert Pike predicted World War III is widely circulated conspiracy theory, but there's no historical evidence that such a prediction ever existed in Pike's authentic writings.
Okay, but check this out. If you pull it up and you pull up images, right, it'll give you a quote. And this quote's been in circulation for a long time, right? Now, World War III hasn't happened yet, but I want you to read what it reads on there, because I have sources that say that this is a legit. In fact, he actually predicted the first 3 world wars. He predicted the first and the 2, according to these sources. But if you read one of the longer versions, it's not too long, but I mean, it's a pretty clear description of what's happening over there right now, I think.
Which
you're saying that Albert Pike actually predicted World War III and all the events that are happening now? That's what you're saying?
That's what some sources say. Like that.
Is it this one you're talking about?
I don't know how
Is this the one you're
but
talking about? The Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the difference between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough to order to balance Christendom, which would be then restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for a final social cataclysm. Is that the quote you're claiming?
Yeah, that's not the one. That's the Second World War. The one I'm talking about is the Third World War.
I don't know. I've never...
And it'll start. The Third World War will be fomented by.
Here's another one. The Third World War. There we go. The Third World War must be. Okay, let's quickly get that. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agenda of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Mosaic Abraham, and the political Zionism state of Israel mutually destroy each other.
Creepy, right?
I don't see that as really much of a prediction.
Yeah.
More than looking at it as common knowledge. There's always been a war between Islam. Since the inception of Islam, there's always been the war between Islam and Jews. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's a prediction either. I think it's just I think it's instigate. I think it's a plan. I think it's a.
I don't trust Albert Pike at all. Why would you trust Albert Pike?
Yeah, I don't trust him either. Why would anybody trust him?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's interesting.
He's like.
You're breaking up again, man.
We're gonna do Del Rey or Regatta.
Yeah, Carlos, you're breaking up again, man. I couldn't hear.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check in later. When I get in some good service.
Okay.
Area. I'll catch up with you boys later.
Great, right, Carlos. Good having you, man.
Later, guys. Yeah, man.
How do we get to Albert Pike in the middle of all this?
Look, I do agree to a certain extent that a lot of things are planned out. You know what I mean? I do agree because it's usually the same, different sides of the same coin. But do I see it as like Albert Pike was making a prediction? I would say no. He's just reading the situation that's known. That's always been the situation. It's always been a war between Islam and the Jews since Islam came into being. So it's nothing new. You know what I mean? But yeah.
How come
I still stick with everything I say though about Hamas.
Okay, I hear you. I'm just asking a question right quick. How come all your trolls in chat are naming themselves after WWF wrestlers? I want to know. Got the Mankind's out here. We had Macho Man.
Macho Man.
Yeah, there was a guy named Macho Man was in your chat. Not in a while. And he's been on Nathan's too. So they all
I haven't really seen Mankind really troll though. So
yeah, he's asking me how the Black Swan's of Flat Earth proof over and over again.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Well, Manchild, we're planning on having like Flat Earth Fridays from now on, kind of thing. We, like one Flat Earth evening a week, because people are keeping asking me for this, and then we'll be more than happy to present the Black Swan.
Which one?
How many do you want? There's many, but yeah.
that geometric horizon just keeps in the way all the time everywhere I look.
Look at this nonsense. There was no Israel in 1871. I have seen literally Israel is over 3,000 years old. When was King David in Israel again as king of Jerusalem? Simple. Archaeological evidence says that's wrong, one man. Sorry to tell you. And 1871, there was Israel, Jerusalem. Well, they're all seen as Palestine because, like I said, in 132 AD, the emperor tried to change the name colloquially to Palestine.
But there were still
But now,
Israelis.
but now I want to ask again, where did the Palestinian people originate from?
Good question. I don't know if
I
they
would like
actually have.
anybody to come and tell me because they don't even know themselves.
Yeah. Well, can we just
Palestinians
move
are
on?
literally just Palestinians are just literally a bunch of people from different ethnic groups around the whole around the whole Middle East and stuff, which almost like you can call them the bastard children. Unfortunately, they're like mixtures of everybody
I want to
living
say
in the
that
land.
The modern state of Israel is
I know who that is. That's Hugo. That's who mankind
is not really the same as Israel in the Bible. Since Israel was founded in 1948.
No, they weren't founded in 1948. They were established as a state in 1948. They've always been Israel for thousands of years.
The Israel of the Bible is not the same thing as
It's exactly the same thing. It's just a kingdom. It was literally a kingdom. That's why King David, yes. When King David was a king, it was a kingdom of Israel.
Because in the Bible, Israel goes back thousands of years.
Don't need the Bible to claim this. There's literal archaeological evidence of this and outside sources. King David was a real king of Israel.
It does draw like legitimacy and identity from that much older tradition. The 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, because I mean, if it started with King Saul, and that was what?
But there was
about 150. There was about what 1010 BC when King Saul first started the kingdom of Israel.
But the modern state is 77 years old.
Yes, yes, the modern established political state.
I'd say I wouldn't say established.
No, it's definitely established. The nation of Israel was established in 1948.
I'd say founded, not established.
No, founded, established. They established the nation of Israel in 1947.
They founded and established carry slightly different meanings. Well,
I don't understand what you're trying to say there.
Like founded suggests the creation of a new political entity.
The thing is, remember, the Israeli people have been scattered since 70 AD. Okay. So when Rome had overcome and conquered Israel or Jerusalem in that time, a lot of the Jews, they were exiled and they moved all over. They scattered around the earth, and that's and what happened is since then the Roman Empire occupied Israel, and since 132 AD, the Roman Empire changed the name to Palestine. Do you understand? The whole land around there colloquially changed it to Palestine. And since then, it has just been a colloquial name used, like by the British in Europe and stuff, as Palestine. But it has always been Israel.
Yeah, founded under. Yeah, okay. Don't get tripped up over. Okay, yeah.
It's not
So
Zionism
Israel
101, Luke. It's literally biblical.
So Israel
And
was
it
founded
has,
or
and it
established.
also, wait, no, I just want to point out, because they're saying this is Zionism 101. It's nothing got to do with Zionism. It's literally based on biblical history and archaeological findings that literally Israel has always existed as a nation.
Israel was founded or established in 1948 when it declared its
Politically.
independence. What?
Politically, yes.
Yeah, when it declared its independence and was recognized as a state.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if we look, for instance, biblically, we can go back to as far as Isaiah. I mean, Isaiah was talking about Israel being a nation.
I mean, you talk about Jacob, what he said? Or who talked about
Jacob's
Israel?
line, Israel comes out of Jacob's line, yes.
But
where it specifically talks about the nation of Israel. We can go back all the way to Isaiah. We can even go as far as Ezekiel, even. It's the same thing.
It's not a continuation.
Jeremiah also says that there've been a nation.
The name and people go back thousands of years, but it's both ancient in identity and modern in statehood.
Carlos is back. What's up, man? Can you hear us?
What's up, dude? Yeah, I think I'm in a better service area now.
Yes, yeah, 11th century BCE or something was the ancient kingdoms and people, government structure. Hold on, I gotta look this up. So the biblical one was an ancient people and kingdom rooted in religion and covenant. And the modern one is a 20th century political state drawing legitimacy and identity from that ancient heritage, but operating as a modern democracy. So they are different. The modern one and the biblical one.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I'm saying that the modern Israel and the biblical Israel are different. It's yeah.
I'm just trying to get some scriptures up for people because they don't seem to believe me.
Well, what did I say?
Now I'm trying to get some scriptures up for people because they're claiming the Bible doesn't call them a nation. Insanity. Okay, we'll start at Genesis. Is it showing on screen? Genesis 12, verse 2 to 3. And I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you will be blessing, and I bless those who bless you. And whoever curses you, I will curse, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. Okay? That's a nation of Israel. Let's
And
move
don't
to
forget,
Genesis.
don't forget Genesis 35:11.
Yeah. 35:10 to 12. God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And God said unto him, I am the God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and be a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come unto thy loins. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I give it, and thy seed after thee I give the land. So that's a nation of Israel, actual land. Genesis 46, verse 3. And he said, I am God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make one thee a great nation. See, again, a great nation. Isaiah 44, verse 1 to 2. Yet now hear, O Jacob my servant, and Israel whom I have chosen. Thus says the Lord, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, Jacob my servant, and thou Joserason whom I have chosen. Let's go to 2 Samuel 7, verse 23 to 24. And what one nation is in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel, whom God went to redeem for people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for great things and terrible for thy land, before thy people which thou redeemest thee from Egypt, from the nations and their gods. For thou hast confirmed to thyself thy people Israel to be a people unto thee forever, and thou the Lord art become their God. So there's some scriptures literally saying Israel is a nation. And this is way, way, way before 1947.
Yeah, but what if but I'm saying that the Israel in the Bible and Israel and the Israel in the modern state Israel and the Israel in the Bible are different.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same piece of land. It's just politically seen now as a nation in the new, how can you say, the new democratical world, which is nonsense anyway.
There's a new Democrat?
That's what I'm saying. It's nonsense.
But I mean, you can probably you can probably list the differences, maybe. So what's different between the Israel and the Bible? What's different
Israel is
between
literally, Israel is a chosen people. Okay. And the Israel land is a land given as a promise to that chosen people. And where Israel right now is that chosen people's land. That's what I said. When the Israelites overcame the Canaanites, it became the land of Israel. Get it?
when he gave the land to his Palestinites, it became Israel.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, didn't Jacob, like in the Bible, wasn't his name Israel?
Yes.
Jacob
Jacob's name was changed
was
to us, which is
renamed.
named Israel. Yes.
Why?
Because that's what God chooses to call him. Because the chosen people are called Israel because they wrestle with God.
Well, that's gonna get a bit confusing.
Why?
Because, well, it's words. So whenever Israel is mentioned in the Bible, it could be talking about Jacob, or the place, and you'll have to differentiate between the two. Which Israel is being mentioned in the Bible?
I mean, you're looking around that Israel became a nation and conquered Canaan in about 1400 BC. That's when Israel became a nation, 1400 BC, when they became a nation, and then King David came along, well, King Saul, and became a kingdom. You understand?
it's an ancient kingdom. Yeah.
So yeah, just because they established Israel as a nation politically in 1947 doesn't mean it was not Israel before. You understand?
Well, yeah. Of course, it wasn't a kingdom before. It was what? A kingdom?
Yeah. To become a kingdom, you need a
so-
king.
And
when
Jacob
King
was
Saul
the
came
king.
into be, Israel became a kingdom. In other words, historically and biblically and archaeologically, it's shown that Israel have always had that land.
But didn't Israel not exist by the 6th century BC?
Israel has always
Like it
existed.
fell? It
Remember,
fell.
they were exiled in 70 AD again. The first exile was around 538 BC with the Babylonians. And then they all came, they came back and they reestablished themselves. And then again in 70 AD, they were exiled again. And now they all came back in 1947 when Israel was again established as a state of Israel, a nation. Do you understand? So they got dispersed, came back, got dispersed, and came back again.
In 722 BC?
Yeah, that's when they came back after the Babylonian exile.
What's its Assyrian Empire conquered it. So most of the population was exiled or assimilated.
Yeah, and you have to remember when they got exiled, there were still Jews that stayed behind. Not every single Jew left. There were still from when Israel started, there's always been actual Israelite Jews or whatever staying in that land. They've never left. Now, obviously, there are many that did leave and then they interbreeded with other ethnic groups and things. And that's why you have all these mixed bloodlines, you can say today, of Israelites. But I'm not going to judge who's the real Jews and who's the fake Jews. I'm just physically going on what the Bible teaches me. The Bible teaches me that the land of Israel belongs to the Israelites, and the chosen people are the Israelites. And the fact that that piece of land specifically is Israel, and there's always been Israelites living in that land, this is what the Bible says. That's it. Can I present anything more than that? No, because I'm just saying what the Bible says. I'm just showing what history shows, what archaeology can show.
But after the events, after 6th century BC, there was never Israel wasn't reestablished after the 6th
It was.
century.
How did they build the second temple?
Because
they rebuilt Solomon's temple after the first exile. And in 70 AD, the Romans destroyed the second temple. Understand?
When did the second temple get built?
After the Babylonian exile. A few hundred years after the Babylonian exile, once they returned back to the land.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was before Jesus. It was before Jesus' time.
Was that thanks to Cyrus?
Sorry?
Was that thanks to Cyrus?
Cyrus.
Yeah, the Great Decree.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Cyrus, the second temple was built after the Jews returned, right?
Yes.
From there, and that was thanks to
the Persian King Cyrus. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
because Ezra, the book of Ezra talks about this. The return to build the temple. If I go and look, the second temple was completed in 1516 BC. So that's exactly 70 years after the destruction of Solomon's temple. The first temple.
And it was destroyed by the Assyrians, right? Assyrians, when they took over, that's when the first temple was destroyed?
The Babylonians. The Babylonians, yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense that the first temple was destroyed when most of the Israelites got exiled.
But remember, what happened is
back.
Remember what happened is, yeah, we must remember God went and judged Israel for disobedience, and through that disobedience, they lost their temple, and that's why they were exiled.
I guess there was
no. Later on, they were able to come back and reestablish their self again, and that's why they were able to build the second temple. And then what happened is they rejected Jesus. Okay, and so they were judged again in 70 AD by Rome overthrowing them and destroying the temple again, and that's when the latest exile happened in 70 AD. But you have to understand, not everybody in the exile leaves. They still get families that stay behind. So those families that stay behind are still from the true bloodline of Isaac.
So
even some of the people that got exiled, that left wherever, they're still from the true bloodline. Yes, even though maybe some of them are still bastardized into different ethnic groups, it doesn't mean they aren't true Israelites. I'm not here to judge who's a true Israelite and who's not. I'm just simply giving you the facts based on history and biblical scripture.
So the kingdom of Israel formed in the 11th century. The kingdom then splits into north and south, right?
Mm-hmm.
Israel north, Judah south. Is that right? And then Assyria then destroy Israel. And then Babylon destroys the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Then Persia allows return, and the second temple gets built.
I just want to put Mac Keith. If I come on, will you agree to sign an affidavit to tell the truth regarding Israel? I always tell the truth about Israel, Mac. But yeah, I'm not sure what an affidavit's going to prove. But yeah, come in. The link is above.
And then,
while you do that, yeah.
After, and then the Greeks rule it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets ruled by different, like the Romans, I think, had it once.
The Ottomans.
Mm-hmm.
Ottomans also
different
had
people rule it.
Yes, like I said, ruling.
And that was
you had different. The Persians, you had the different ruling.
So it
empire.
never really. So
wait. You had different ruling empires. That doesn't mean that the Israelites weren't living in the land.
So a more accurate way of what I should have said instead was the independent kingdom of Israel didn't exist because it kept moving around, and then we have a very large. What was that large gap? Because you get the like diaspora and foreign empires keep ruling it, and then all of a sudden there's a big gap between 70 CE and then it gets founded in 1948. So
Again, they were established again as a state in 1948 thanks to the Holocaust. The Holocaust is what caused the whole reason of an established state for the Israelites. Because of their persecution, they were not having a land of their own. Remember, the Jews, quote unquote, have been pushed out and hated all over everywhere. So they needed a land of their own again. And their land has always been Israel. So they moved to their land and they got an established state. It's just history. It's just how it is.
But they weren't. But around 2,000 years went past.
Okay, let's put it this way: who was establishing government in 1947 in Palestine, quote unquote? No one. It was under the British monarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not under the Palestinians then. It was under Great Britain. Anyway, let's read Romans 11.
So it would be more accurate. So an accurate statement would say no Jewish state, no politically no Jewish state for around 2,000 years, and then
Politically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, let's read Romans 11. Still waiting for Mac to come in. Okay. So this is very important. I hope that people are listening to the scripture. I say then, has God cast away his people? God forbid. For I am also an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, the tribe of Benjamin. God has not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Was ye not what the scripture said of Elias, how he maketh intercession to God against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thy altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what says the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself even 7,000 men, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so, then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace there is no more of works, otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise work is no more work. What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, God has given them the spirit of slumber, eyes they should not see, and ears they should not hear, unto this day. And David says, let their table be made with a snare and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. I say you then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness? For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles. I magnify in my office, If by any means I may provoke the emulation, them which are my flesh, and might save some of them. For if the casting away of them be the reconciliation of the world, what shall be receiving of them be, but life from the dead? For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches. And if some of the branches are broken off, and that being thou a wild olive tree, wert grafted in among them, with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Boast not against the branches. But if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that it might be grafted in. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off. And thou standest by faith, be not high-minded, but fear. For if God spared not the natural branches, take heed, lest he also spare not thee. Behold, therefore, the goodness and severity of God, and them which fell severity, but towards thee goodness. If thou continue in the goodness of otherwise, thou also shalt be cut off. And they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again. For if thou wert cut off of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and wert grafted contrary to the nature into the good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree? For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness is happening to Israel, until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. And so all Israel shall be saved, and it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant unto them. Then when I shall take away their sins, as concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sakes. But touch them, they are beloved for your sakes. The gifts of God are for as ye in times past have not believed God, yet have received through unbelief. Even so have these also now not believed, that through them may obtain mercy. For God hath concluded them in all in unbelief, that he might have mercy upon all. O the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of God! How unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out. For who has known the mind of the Lord? Or who has been his counselor? Or who has first given to him, and it shall be recompensed unto him again? For of him, and through him, and to him are all things, to whom be glory forever. Amen. I don't know how you can read that. I don't know how you can read that verse and not understand that Israel stays the chosen people. They were blinded for a purpose, so we as Gentiles can be grafted into the family, and God will save them.
Amen. I agree with it. It's in the Bible for sure. No doubt about it. I just got an offer from Timu. Sorry.
But yeah, it's literally written in the Bible.
They want me to give him flat measurements out here in the audience.
Take a rule out.
Yeah, there you
go. But yeah, guys, what day of the week would you want a flat earth evening, guys?
You said Fridays would be good. I don't see why not.
Flat Earth Friday can work. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, so guys, from next week we'll be having Flat Earth Fridays or Biblical Cosmology Fridays or whatever. All because a lot of people are literally begging me for that. So we'll do Flat Earth Fridays from now on, just so you guys at least have one Flat Earth evening, because it seems always in my chats as well, even it doesn't matter what we talk about spiritually, Flat Earth always comes up. So
no, I don't get it.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
Stick with the topic. I thought we were sticking on the Hamas there but I mean, everybody jumps in the chat and they start talking, dude.
But yeah, what are your closing statements about Hamas? Are they a terrorist organization?
As far as I can tell, I would absolutely probably say they are. No matter who's funding them or who's behind it, they do terrorist acts, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
To find out who did, I think it would be impossible to find out who Hamas really is.
Yeah, at the end of the day, there's still a terrorist organizations that have done really bad things. That's it.
Huh.
So, like I said, I'm not here to judge who Israel really are. I'm just literally presenting what the Bible says about the chosen people, Israel, and the land, and it's all I can do. I can tell you when it does come to Hamas, though, and it doesn't actually bother me who's behind Hamas more than who Hamas is and the fact that people are defending them.
Yeah.
You should not be defending a terrorist organization. Doesn't matter who started the terrorist organization or the agenda behind them. You should be standing against this. Yeah, you should be standing against this Islamic agenda because it is trying to overtake everywhere.
I think Debatable D actually brought up Antifa and how they started way before I've even heard of them, like in 1932. They were supporting
Antifa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. The Muslim Brotherhood just keeps bringing up all these new jihadi terrorist groups. It's all extremism. It's extremism.
Yeah, they're extreme. Antifa is. They set fire to entire cities over here in the U.S.
But you see, that's the thing. This is they keep coming and creating new intifadas because they believe it's an uprising. That's what intifada means, uprising. Because they believe that it's seen as a just cause.
Yeah, and I just want to say, mankind, I didn't make any claims. I just telling you, the black swans debunk your ball. That's all. It's not a claim. We can show how far the horizon actually does go beyond your geometric horizons. That's all it is. Not a claim. We actually show it. It's nothing. Not a claim. There's no claim there. The claim is the ball, that it actually curves at that distance. That's the claim. We're debunking your ball. Hate to tell you that. Yeah, simple.
Exactly.
Nothing weird.
But anyway, it was great having you guys on.
Well, there's nobody else but me left here, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've gone on for 2.5 hours, so it's long enough. It was great having you on, man.
Having you on.
Yeah. Remember, guys, tomorrow night, tomorrow your time, correct?
Yeah, 6 Central Mountain. I'll be hosting a debate, and there are rules to the debate. I have a moderator. I have 2 other people that are going to help me with the debate itself. So come on over.
Great.
Say hi.
Great, and we will be reviewing it. So if you guys go, be on your best behavior.
They won't, you know it.
Mm-hmm.
My moderators will kick you if you start ad homing people, even in the chat. So,
well, it was great having you guys in. Thank you for coming, Roger. Everybody in chat, if you guys haven't already hit the likes, please do hit the likes. It really does help the show to grow, and appreciate everybody. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with all the information coming. I do have a video coming out now in, I think it's a half an hour. Let me quickly check. Videos. 2 hours. It's coming out in 2 hours. I'll stick the link in chat for you guys. There we go. And if you're a Satan Sword seasonist, you'd want to listen to that for sure. Yes, Jaden.
Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm back for a 3rd time. My phone
As we
overheated
closing
the
off.
2nd time, and it just dropped me out.
As we closing off.
Oh, I didn't know you were closing. Okay, well, I'm gonna get out of here. Nice stream, man. Love you guys.
Oh yeah, great having you. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Cheers, guys. Much blessings, and may the pressure be with you.